Next, your sheriff, Dave Ward.
I really don't enjoy talking in front of groups of people. I get that out in the open. I wish I was a polished public speaker. I wish I was better at a lot of things. We've got some stuff to work through here. My goal is and has been from the beginning to find a peaceful resolution to this. We've got a lot of help here in town from agencies across the state. And while I love having them here, I'd like to see them go home.
How about the feds?
But we can't get them to go home. No, they're not going home either until we get this resolved.
They're causing the problems, Sheriff, and you know it.
Santilli, shut up.
I love you, Harney County. I love you guys. You know, the fact is, there's a lot of issues that need to be worked through in this country.
Yes, sir.
There really are. And we're the folks that need to start working on it. But we don't need a bunch of negativity in our community. We don't need people wandering around worrying about what's going to happen to them. And we can't get things back to normal until we unite as a community and ask these folks to go home so we can start working together. We can't heal the wounds in our own community until we can stop being divided. And I look out here, I don't see a divided community, but I see a lot of people with concerns and questions, and I want to get answers for them. I wish to God I had them all. I don't. But I'm working with a good group of people, and we're going to get this resolved. What I need from this community is the same loving, positive community that we've all grown to love and want to raise our families in to work through these issues. I would like to ask these folks to go home and let's work through this peacefully. I don't want to stand up here and talk about an investigation that's going on. I don't want to put details out there. But the fact is that there is an hourglass and it's running and time's going to run out. So we need to work through this sooner than later. Please go home. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. Next, Representative Cliff Binns.
Like Bob Dole said when I saw him at the World War II Memorial, never had this many people turn out at any of my campaign events. So, Dennis Richardson, state representative, now ran unsuccessful candidate for governor, and currently a candidate for Secretary of State, would say on the floor of the Oregon House on occasion, we've reached a defining moment. A defining moment. So Harney County, you've reached a defining moment. It's interesting, my family now has been here in this county for almost exactly 100 years. My grandfather came up from Texas with Swift Company when Swift Company bought a big chunk of the refuge from the P Ranch, French Glen Company. A note I just said, the Swift Company bought a big chunk of the P Ranch. Grandpa came up here in 1916 with them. 1938, the Swift Company sold that part of the refuge to the federal government. The federal government didn't steal it. They bought it. That would So it's odd now that I've been in Malheur County for 38 years. 30 years a lawyer, 8 years a politician. My dad said he couldn't live down the first one, and now the second. The truth of it is, though, I've learned years ago, before I grew up, that the law was one of the most important things we out here in this part of the world could hew to. That's why I went to law school. And this county helped put me through law school with the value of a cow. And so today, I bring to you the value that that education gave me that many of you here in Harney County contributed to one way or another. We are a nation of laws, and we are a county of laws. And by God, we better follow. Today, I had my assistant in Salem do some research. He just went to work for me this morning because we have legislative days over the next, or this week, and then we start our legislative session February 1st. So I had him check and try to run down a list of the laws that are currently being broken by the folks out on the refuge. The Privacy Act of 1974 prohibits disclosure of personally identified information in public records, trespass federal, trespass state, unauthorized removal of material from public lands, tampering, vandalism, harassment, obstruction, theft, embezzlement, purloin, steal,
What about the Constitution?
incorrect occupation.
I have
A long list of
First Amendment
extraordinarily
rights.
unfortunate.
I have a First Amendment right to speak. Respect that.
Bullshit.
Article 1, Section 8, Paragraph 17.
Yeah, that's what they are. Heck. Some people,
It is?
yes,
For what?
for disrupting this meeting.
Certainly not disrupting.
Yes, you are.
Well, it wasn't intended to disrupt. That was actually going to just go back to the media. Not intended to disrupt, and I'm going to go back to the media.